Yo, peep these patch notes.
Time and Baldur's Gate. We've been doing some Baldur's Gate runs. I actually finally got the courage to do a single player playthrough of that, and I'm really excited about it. Actually, we can talk about that. I'm really like I have to say, yes, I love that game from a multiplayer standpoint, but even from a single player standpoint, that game is so much fun, dude. Like it just is remarkable how much fun that game is by yourself. Like and I'm playing, so let me here we go. I got the footage up now. I'm playing I need to go into theater mode if I'm not mistaken.
We've noticed it was really good ever since the start. We just wanted to make sure that it like when it released, it had all the content for it. I think that was the major point of what we were waiting for. So
yeah, I mean it's like Baldur's Gate. I'm playing a barbarian, so I'm playing a Barbie boy, and I am playing a gnome. But it's just I don't know, man. I think do you think this game deserves Game of the Year? Like, do you think it honestly 100%?
I think it does. Yeah, 100%. I think that this will be Game of the Year personally, but for me at least, it will be. I can't think of anything right now that's released this year that I've been as uniquely impressed with as Baldur's Gate 3 personally.
Even Starfield?
Even Starfield. No. I'm not that much of a Bethesda fan to think that Starfield will ever win. Talking about Co brought up a point, like somebody asked him in his chat as well if like he thought that Starfield was going to be Game of the Year, and he mimics what my response would be to that. Like, it's a game in this year, so
it's a game in this year. That's hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, no, 100%. Like, I would argue that maybe Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty could be, but I like even that's just a DLC. I wouldn't say that would win.
Well, I mean, I think you could. I think there's an argument there, and this is something that we can discuss whenever we have our Game of the Year. But I think that there's an argument to say that Cyberpunk, with what it did in 2.0.
Yeah, I mean that is very true.
Could be considered a new game because it really is a completely different game.
But on the other hand, we don't consider, like, at least in our podcast, we don't consider like remakes or remasters for Game of the Year. So I'm going to stick to that at least with that. But no, 100%. I do agree with you on that. I think that's like just the 2.0 and the expansion alone has made that game a completely different game from what it was when it released. But I still don't think it holds, and this is coming from a Cyberpunk fucking diehard fanboy. I still don't think it holds a candle to Baldur's Gate 3 at all. Dude, like, not even close.
It's just one of those things where like I'm even watching like the playthrough that I'm sitting here, and like the amount of options, the amount of choices, the amount of different things that you can do and go down, and how you can play this game, even in a single player mode, like. It's just wild. I mean, yes, like for instance, when me and Enigma were playing a couple days ago, it was like the situation, like we got killed, so we had to reload the save and completely handle the situation in a way that shouldn't even, like, I don't know, we don't know if it broke like it just is it's like you just play it in a way that's just kind of like, what is happening? Like how like there was a wall that Enigma was able to go through, I wasn't able to go through. Like it's so many cool, like, little, like, nooks and crannies where you just literally, I don't want to say that's endless possibilities, but
it's got a lot. Like, there's a lot of decision and choice making going on inside of Baldur's Gate 3. So,
and I would even say too, to the, like, because if a lot of people have said like Divinity, you could get the same thing out of that, but I don't agree. Like, I think Divinity felt very locked.
No, Divinity doesn't hold a candle, and Divinity holds a lot of like specialized like player options, but like it doesn't come anywhere near what Baldur's Gate 3 has.
Yeah,
and I think that's a lot to do with like I think Larian learned a lot from doing Divinities, the first two Divinities, right? I think they learned a lot from those. But B, also, I think that it's just like Dungeons and Dragons, like, in order to come anywhere near Dungeons and Dragons, like when it comes down to like the player options and the player choices that you have, like they had to do a lot of work for so like it definitely shows. And like it shows in the fact that like when this game released, all the other AAA studios were like, well, this is a one-off, like you can't expect us to like, come on now, you can't expect us to have like the same quality.
Such
and it's like
horseshit. Yes,
we can 100% we can,
because this is the quality that we used to get. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
This is the quality that we were accustomed to and used to get, and and I don't know where that table turned. I don't know when. I don't know if it was live service
COD.
games or
COD
whatever,
and COD and live service pretty much,
where it became this idea that, well, our games can be broken and busted and shitty, and then it's okay.
early access as well. Like whenever the popularity of early access titles came out, that I remember that being kind of the turning point for like games didn't ever really release completed.
Yeah,
like there was always something wrong with them.
I also too, like, I feel that early access, though, when I see an early access tag, I am more okay with it on a indie game. I expect glitches and things like that, but when I see a company like early access and it doesn't, and it's a large company, I'm like, dude, this is just bullshit. You're just doing a money grab. Like Larian did early access, and their game was fucking borked, right? But I don't know. It was just different with like Baldur's Gate. I did not feel like this game early access. Because I guess we knew we were going to get a full game. Like we knew what we were going to get. They weren't going to.
Yeah, I mean, we were coming from right off the heels of Divinity, playing Divinity. I think we all kind of knew that, because like Divinity was really rough as well, even in a completed state. Like they weren't it wasn't the most bug free of games, but it definitely wasn't like Bethesda 76 style of jank, So.
Yeah.
Thanks all for tuning in to the Patch Notes. And if you enjoyed and want to see more, you can catch us live every Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, or catch us after the fact at anchor.fm/prepatch podcast. See you next time.